My job here is done.
My job's done. Have a good one. Take it easy. Uh, no, that's funny. Don says, nice hag out, Big B. Oh, thanks. Are you talking about my background? Yeah, that's Jack Carter back there. He's fishing with Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith always says he's fly fishing behind me. So there he is. And there's Jack.
What's happening?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. Just watching this little sell off here take place.
I know. It was really hot in the pre-market. It's cooled off ever since.
Mm-hmm. A couple names still holding up there. I like QCOM. We'll see what happens.
I'm liking SanDisk,
Yeah, I saw SanDisk up there. It's on like
WDC.
1700.
Yeah. That guy behind you was standing in the wrong spot.
Oh, that guy back there.
The guy in the blue shirt needs to turn around.
And get up there where the water's coming down and then the
Yeah,
waterfall.
yeah.
He's not fishing the right riprap.
You'd think AI would at least know how to put the guy, right? What do I know? All right.
I tell you what, I'll tell you a story in a minute about AI, but the Q is looking pretty spicy here. Right here. This blue line, based on the options flow up till about 10:15, was where I expected the price to kind of hang out today. It screws the most number of option players. Now that can change drastically from 10:15 to the close, but based on early morning option action, that's where I kind of expected us to hang out today.
Mm-hmm.
The pink box is where I expected the rain. I don't expect it to come out of that. It can come out of it, but I don't expect it to leave that box today. Just based on option flows for 0 days. Now, I guess before we talk too much about all of that, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, and is not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument, including stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Betting markets, 90, upwards of 95% of traders lose money, especially directional traders. Be careful out there. You probably will lose money if you just naively trade. If you got a system and a proven track record, that's what you need. That's what you need to be following high probability statistical anomalies in the market. Otherwise, odds are you're going to lose money. Jack, welcome to the show. Everybody else, welcome to the show. Tesla running a little hot today.
Yeah. How about the T Skittles?
I bet your payout program looking pretty good about now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Italy needs Tesla to make a little move.
And then sizzle sticks.
Swizzle sticks.
Looking pretty good here.
Yeah, I got the 16 and a half call sold.
I was trying to sell some 21s for next Friday. I don't know if I got filled yet or not.
Some 21s?
Yeah.
That'd be a double for you. What's your cost? 10?
Well, on the particular lot that I was selling them against, the cost is at 15.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I got put at an average cost of $20.50. So I'm trying to come out ahead on all the shares, plus make a little bit of scratch. Yeah, I got filled on 1 out of 6. So I got 5 to go. 5 to go at 21 strike for next Friday, June 5th. Golly, it's already almost June, Jack. What the heck?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable how time flies.
So Memorial Day was yesterday, and of course, the professor here trying to catch up on all the work. I came in the office here to do a little sales pitch for people to join me on the holiday because I speak to a lot of working people. And my dad comes in and is like, hey, I got this alternate, what he calls an alternate sewer design. It's you ever heard of like a septic system where you would have a septic tank and a drain field? Well, this particular property that he was working on doesn't have enough soil, actual dirt over the rock on the site to support a traditional drain field system. So the state of Tennessee has these approved what they call mound system, and he'd been working on it for a couple weeks, trying to get the design. It's not very common around here to do this, and Tennessee has a lot of regulations around it. And he had written up this design document, and he was asking me to review it. I didn't know much about it because I haven't, I haven't really dove into that. It's an uncommon system. So I threw it to one of my AI agents and said, hey, here's this design document. Can you review it for accuracy, clarity, any errors, omissions that may have been made? And it went and pulled all the Tennessee regulations, read up on it, understood it, looked at the calculations that were in there, started nitpicking the calculations, and then gave us a summary report of things to review, including grammar errors in the report and all sorts of stuff. And it was just absolute crazy. my dad was like, that was pretty impressive. And then like this morning he comes in, he goes, I thought more about what actually happened yesterday. He was like, that's kind of crazy.
It is. What did you, what agent or whatever model did you use? Claude or what?
I used Manus, which is owned by Meta. And I use that a lot of times to build my morning shows and stuff. Let me give me 1 second. I'll pop up in a tab and pull it over. Manus.im. Meta bought this. This was actually a Chinese startup or a China-owned startup, Manus, and it was one of the original AI agents. And then Meta worked a deal to buy it for a couple $1 billion, I think it is. China, the actual Chinese government's trying to block the purchase, but Meta's already got their logo and everything on the website, so I'm not sure how they're going to block it. And this thing, you just assign it a task or ask anything, and it has all sorts of things. It has computers. It has, you can connect it to Google Docs. This is like not cheap though. My dad was asking me, he's like, "Is that the one you run on the Apple in the background that you always talk about?" I'm like, "No, I pay dearly for this one, and I'm very selective and careful about what I ask it to do." The tokens here cost, it's like, you get 8,000 tokens for $40. So not cheap. I pay about $40 a month for 8,000 tokens. I've got tokens for referring it to people, get add-on credits and stuff like that. But this is what I use to build my morning show. It does research. It's pretty wild because it builds the thumbnails, it builds the titles, it does all this research for me, and it just operates like usually I have Kraken, which is my agent that runs on the Apple, do the basic I guess preliminary research and find the topic, and then Kraken produces a topic research report, and then I give instructions here to Manus to use this topic research report and build out the morning show. And then it does it. And like yesterday, we were doing, review this for errors in a septic mound system. This right here. And it just did it. I started out with the prompt up here at the top. If it'll let me scroll, there we go. So I gave it this design document. And I said, review this document for errors, emissions, design of a septic mound disposal system. And it just, all right, cool. And it went and pulled all the Tennessee regulations and just got cracking on it. I mean, we went round and round a couple times reviewing things we changed. This is where it's going. Like, this is the worst it's ever going to be. This stuff is only going faster, better, slicker. But the things I had to do yesterday, I had to review that document. I had to build my morning show for today. I had it later on this week. I'm going to be giving a presentation on beekeeping to a local group put on by the Knox County Parks and Rec. I live in Knox County. The Parks and Rec group is putting on a sustainability workshop later this week, and they asked me to come speak about beekeeping. And so I asked my thing to set up a slideshow, and I just have to change a couple pictures that I put in there, and it's all ready to go. I was like, that's slick. So it's kind of like having an assistant, literally an intern or whatever, that follows me around and knows how to do everything I do. And I've been working with this particular one, paying for it monthly for over a year, getting close to a year and a half now. $40 a month. It's not cheap. To me, that's not cheap. Some people, that's probably dirt cheap, but to me, $40 a month is not cheap, and it has to provide value for that kind of price. But this thing, it doesn't make many mistakes. And it keeps a lot of context about, it's built up a lot of knowledge about how I operate over the last year. So it definitely, I was telling my dad, I was like, all right, if you went and got a subscription to this thing today, it would not probably perform the same way that mine does, because I've trained mine for the last year to operate in the parameters that I like to operate in. So yeah, it's just getting better every day though.
Yeah, it is. So, having said all that, I don't know how you could expect there to be a bubble because you just validated the whole build out.
But so what I see though is that the income, people aren't willing to spend big income, right? And like the next evolution of this with the humanoid robots, over the weekend, there was a new robotics, I don't know what you call it, a service, if you will, that was introduced. And they have robotic house cleaners. And for $150, they brought the robot to the person's house and it did a deep clean on the house for $150. The going rate for that in San Francisco, where this was, is $500. So it's undercutting a whole business that's out there for cleaning houses. I mean, like, and there's no limit to how many humanoid robots we can produce. So what happens when we displace that whole set of the economy? House cleaners are not generally the brightest tools in the tool shop. They're not just going to go get retrained and be rocket surgery people or something like that.
And I'd have to see it to believe it. I'd expect the robot to be stuck up against the wall trying to figure out how to turn around.
Let me
I
see if I
just
can.
don't see it. I don't see it taking the sheets off my bed, washing them, putting it everything, drying it, putting it all back on there, washing them. It's too, I don't see it.
But that's exactly what it did. It went and it deep cleaned the whole apartment or house or whatever it was.
I'd have to see it to believe it. That sounds too crazy, man.
And they're gonna roll this service. This was the first one, and they're gonna roll this service out to hundreds of people.
Now, what's the $150 per house cleaning?
Yeah, per house cleaning. They bring the robot, it does the cleaning, and then they come and pick it back up.
Dang.
It does floors and laundry and
It'll never
beds,
do better than
toilets.
my lady. She comes in once a week. It's amazing. I put her up with anything. But she has called in sick, so I don't know. I might have to fire her. Get all these robots.
Here we go. Here we go. I found it right here. Let me pull this over.
Did they videotape the thing cleaning?
Not in this article. There may
Yes,
be.
that's what I'm saying. It all looks good on, and then anybody can stand a robot up there like that. Let me see it. Clean, do some cleaning.
It's just a news article, so I mean, but this
Yeah,
is
fake.
this right here.
It ain't taking the
Fake.
sheets off the bed. It's not doing that.
There you go. I mean, it's making the bed in that picture, sweeping the floor right there,
Scam.
cleaning the fridge and
Not
stuff
doing
right
it.
there. But I don't. It's just gonna get better from here. This is the worst it's ever gonna be.
What if it damages something?
I don't know. I
It
have to go
knocks
look it
over
up.
my tape reader.
You'd have to go read about it. Figure has one of these bots that's been going for like on Friday. It was like 9 days straight sorting packages. There's like a
Really?
live stream going. See if I can find it.
So though, there's a lot of applications. It's more than just subscription websites, right? To AI.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, but also at the same time, though, consumer confidence and consumer everything is getting worse at the same time. It's like at some point, like there's happening to be like this giant gap we're gonna have to reconcile the gap. And I think that's where a correction potential comes in. It may not like the internet wasn't a scam. Like we had an internet bubble, but it wasn't a scam. Like there were companies that made money on the internet, and they've always made money on the internet. Like that's the thing. Everybody argues, well, it's not the same because all these companies, didn't make any money from the internet. But there were tons of companies that did make money from the internet.
like
Cisco,
AOL.
Cisco was printing money from the internet. AOL was printing money from the internet.
They tried to break up Windows and Intel. Remember
Yeah.
Wintel, Yeah, they were printing money.
And that still didn't stop a correction from occurring and, a reset. And then, out of those ashes, all the things we use the web for today were born. I just think the AI that I'm using right now, that's being developed right now, is not the end game. I can see like AI 3.0, 4.0, or 5.0 before we actually have it where we trust it, we can use it, and then, it's safe. And
And you're going to need to build a ton of data centers before that can happen. That's why this building isn't going to stop.
yeah, well, I see the building's probably going to continue, but at the same time, we still laid fiber. We laid fiber. The fiber laying never stopped, but
Yeah.
it went through a peak, and then it went through a bust, and then then it's come back up. And I think the AI data center stuff could go through a peak and a bust and and come back. And it's just I look at the valuations right now, and there's potential that we're driving this into a squeeze where we actually have a 10-year high in big fund managers shorting the market right now. And they're shorting it through indexes and leveraged ETFs. 10-year high. The most money short the market we've had in 10 years is happening right now.
That's the most bullish thing I've heard all day.
And then, well, that's bullish up until a point. When they get squeezed out, that's usually the top. So there is potential to ramp. And then, at the same time, we've got the most call buying by retailers that we've ever had happening at the same time that there's the most short big money at the same time. This creates a squeeze potential, blow off top maybe, and then we come back and correct everything out and get back into balance. We're just growing really fast on the top end, and the consumer, I mean, Walmart even warning last week that they're starting to see weakening after seeing strength in people trading down. So that's a red flag. I mean, there's a day of reckoning coming. I just don't, it's like all this AI stuff is probably not, fake or done or, going away. It's just, I see a lot of parallels to the way that the .com thing unfolded. It wasn't fake. And I mean, there was tons of money going around. There were companies making tons of money. The internet's still here. It's still useful.
Yeah, when you look at these websites trying to sell subscriptions to it, they're not all going to make it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
like Google dominated the search. One of these guys is going to dominate whatever you call that. What do you call that? The chat stuff, the chat AI chat stuff.
I don't, chat AI is like, there's a limited use for it, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. I'm thinking more business to business AI applications. Stuff Coca-Cola's using it.
Yeah.
Johnson and Johnson start using it. Just that's where the next phase, the retail phase, to people that want to spend or don't want to spend $40, that's one thing. But when Johnson and Johnson unlocks another 5 billion in revenue from it, that's a whole nother matter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, you know, I'm not saying that there's not companies making, finding uses for AI. I just don't know that the $1 trillion build out is justified by $100 billion worth of revenue that's being generated right now.
You're going to have it. That the data center is an eye toward the future. The revenue, you're going to need the data center anyway. If you're going to do it, you're going to have to build the data center. So the plans they're happening, and there's a stretch just getting the thing actually built. Guys with the boots on the ground tell me they can't get power, they can't get anything. They're trying to order stuff, It's hard to get it built. There's a shortage of people, even, believe it or not. We should have robots building data centers. That'd be a huge problem solver. There's not enough human beings, electricians, plumbers to do it.
Yep. You know, that's, and where's the balance point for all this is I see a discrepancy here. And then there's also like, as Elon just launched version 3 of his Starship thing, and it actually threw out satellites in space. And the satellites took live video of the Starship flying in space on Friday. And that thing can launch 100 metric tons of stuff to outer space in one go.
It's crazy.
100 metric tons. This is like the Rocket Lab rockets launch like 500 kilograms or whatever. 100 metric tons is like 100 times 2,000 kilograms. Or I mean, 1,000 metric ton is 1,000 kilograms, which is already double what a Rocket Lab puts in space. And we're talking about 100 metric tons. So that's 200 times what a Rocket Lab rocket can put in space with one of these new starships. That opens the door for like data centers to be in space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild.
And that's why like Google is partnering with SpaceX, and the SpaceX IPO coming up in like 3 weeks.
They gotta have it. They gotta have the data center. And to get the data center, you gotta have real materials. You can't just make it up. Gotta have real people build it. And I see Sledge is hitting on it too. Uh, pharma, big pharma, medicine, the potential for AI in there just to figure out what we already don't know. Uh, new drugs being created through AI. That's going to be amazing.
And and they can sort through molecules and stuff like that way faster than any human. We already have giant supercomputers that crunch through trying to figure out molecules. Protein folding is what they call it. And all of these new drugs and stuff all come from this drug has to be able to attach to whatever cell, good cell, bad cell, cancer cell, normal human cell, whatever, and do some operation. And it takes forever to test that in a petri dish. Well, we
Yeah.
can simulate it in computers, but it takes a huge amount of processing. But then AI can cut out like the things that are likely to not work and focus on the ones that are likely to work based on things that we can't even like figure out ourselves.
Exciting
So
times. Robotic surgery.
yeah,
Wow.
like Elon's other company, Neuralink, they developed a robot that has nanometer precision putting stuff into the brain. And that's we've never had a robot with that kind of precision before.
Yeah, I want them to try. I want to try out that chip. I'm going to volunteer.
It-
I'll
it's
see
just
if it makes me any better trader.
so all this stuff is crazy, but it's all stuff we've kind of been talking about since the 90s, all this stuff coming too. I mean, even HAL, the Space Odyssey from 1969, it's just,
It scares me.
it's like, when is this all going to happen?
Yeah,
Uh,
when's it going to go rogue? When's it going to go off the reservation and
Kill us
just
all,
take over like Hal did? Yeah. No, but it's crazy. My 11-year-old granddaughter is using it not to cheat on homework, but to just get more insight on the assignment. And, they all are using it, kids, right? They're like the early adapters, but it just blows my mind to see how they whip around this AI stuff to do a science project. It's amazing and it's good. And they can't turn it in with the AI because the teacher has a way, I don't know how, to see if it was made from AI. So it's just a crazy thing. Education is, really going to explode with this. It's a
but
tool. Yeah, Marilyn's right.
it's funny enough though. It's like, it's just a prompt away from being able to conceal that this was made by AI. It's like, hey, create me this report. And then it just takes another prompt to, all right, re-review what you just gave me and conceal it so that AI detection tools won't be able to detect this is created with AI.
Yeah, but if you sit down and ask the kid to explain it to you, you'd know right now if Leonard. Turning in a paper full of AI BS is one thing, but sitting a kid down for 3 minutes, you'll know did it do it or did it not do it?
Maybe. Give me. I would be like, give me
David
the
Mount.
give me the Cliff Notes version here.
Oh, David Mount says, but will my robot butler ever properly pre-soak my biscuit in my turkey gravy? Now, the thing
That's
about it is you have to have two good pats of butter. You have to pull the dinner roll apart, put the two pats of butter in it, close the roll, and let it float on top of the gravy boat, and it'll take on a little more gravy and it'll start to sink. Yeah, you'd have to teach it. You have to teach it to cook the gravy. Love you too, David. Mom, teach it to make the gravy. Chef, hey, how about an AI chef based on your how your body works with enzymes and stuff?
we're
See,
getting there. We're getting there.
sky's the limit.
But look at this. I mean, this guy went for 9 days so far, just sorting packages. 9 days straight without a break, without having to stop, without having to, no breakdowns, no
No
coffee breaks,
lunch,
no smoke, no lunch, no smoke break, no breakfast, no dinner,
no
no.
back talking the boss,
It didn't even have a mouth to back talk. It just
no
sat there and
HR
sorted packages.
problems, no elbow. He looked like he's gonna need elbow surgery.
And they live stream this thing, so
Is
yeah,
this
this is from
Amazon or something?
this is
So
figure.
they gotta make this stuff look better. They don't have to make it look so weird, right? You put a normal face on it. Like that guy that was doing the house cleaning, that would scare the hell out of you if you walked in. Yeah.
But you can buy those robots.
Put a dress on it or something.
Those are the Unitree humanoid robots you can
How
buy.
about a dress and a wig?
Dressed in a wig. Jack, you're gonna get us canceled.
or or a bikini and a wig.
It's all good.
Jack gonna get us
Gotta
canceled.
change the
No, it's all
color.
good.
There
It's all good.
you go. You can put him in a kung fu fighter.
Yeah.
All right.
You get clothes for your robot?
Yeah, look at that. Like the first, you can put him in a
Barbie
samurai
outfit.
samurai outfit there.
Put them in whatever you want. Yeah.
Only 13 grand.
For the
Starting
costume.
at that's starting price. You get your robot dog, follow you around.
No thanks.
There's the Unitree R1 right there. They've got a whole bunch of these too. Like it's not just like these guys.
You
These
get the
guys
whole
are
robot?
yeah. You buy the whole robot.
Nah, I don't want that thing.
How
You
do
Maybe I
we
gotta
should.
invest
charge it
in
up.
this company?
How do you
Unitree?
charge it up?
I don't know. I don't have one.
You
Yeah.
should get one.
Well, this little R1 guy, like he starts from $5,000.
How tall is he?
Let's see.
I
See if
bet
it'll
I could kick his ass in pickleball.
probably. See if it gives us any information about these.
Bring it on.
Let's see. These guys are little. I saw over the weekend that Southwest banned humanoid robots from flying on their planes.
Why?
It was creeping everybody out. Even if it has a small enough battery to meet the regulations, they've got them banned.
Does it sit in the chair or do they put it
Yeah,
under in the cargo hold?
the people over the weekend bought a ticket for it to sit in a seat, and it walked onto the plane and jumped up and sat in the seat and buckled itself in, and the flight attendants freaked the f out.
Hey, you think it could take over flying the plane in an emergency?
I don't know, man. Like it depends on what it's trained with. Let's see, how big is this thing?
Oh my
Could be the
gosh.
air marshal.
Tells you how much it
Robo.
weighs. Oh, there
How
it is.
tall is it though? I'll take it on in pickleball. I got a move it could never defend.
Here's the height. It's 1.23 meters tall. So what is that about 4 feet tall?
Oh yeah, I'll kill that thing.
And that's the R1. They have other ones. Let's see. The G1,
Playing
H1.
one-on-one basketball, no problem.
R1D.
Tall. How fast is it? Can it do the 40-yard dash?
Oh, that one has no legs, just the
Ooh.
just the upper part.
You put that one on the dinner table and it serves you food?
I don't know, man. This one knows karate. That's the one you need right there, the G1.
Or you could just have the thing do ballet while you're watching it
And
after
that,
it's made.
yeah, yeah, this one doing pirouettes over here. Of course, it costs 30 grand.
You just don't have to make it look so, I don't know. It looks horrible. Mechanical.
That one's got a weird face to it too.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, this one's that one's about 5.5 feet tall,
Yeah.
70 kilograms.
Bobby, are you good at pickleball? I'll tell you my move. You just hit it right at them as hard as you can. So they use their paddle like more as a defensive move. Then they can't have put any offense on it. Like even really try to hit them with the ball. Like really hard, really close up.
Yeah, maybe we got to start a little collection and get one of these.
No dogs. Real dogs are priceless. They're irreplaceable.
That's right.
If that thing tried to curl up next to me, I'd throw it off the roof.
That's the thing, though. You'd have it out doing security, not
You'd probably climb right back in the house, right? It's indestructible.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, you could have that dog and put a suit on that dog, make it look more like a real dog.
and put a suit on the dog and make it look like a real dog.
Like a dog suit. Like little head and tail fur.
Let's see. It's Unitree Robotics in here. I think it's
Oh,
a I think it's a China company owned. Like, let's see. How do we invest in Unitree? Let's ask. Let's ask AI.
No thanks. Have they sold any of that fake stuff?
Oh, I've seen quite a few of them out there. In China, they're very popular, actually.
China, they'll probably out walking a robot dog.
Yeah, probably.
Just weird.
But this is Unitree is a Chinese company, so yeah,
I
their
don't trust
contact
Chinese
their,
companies. Nah.
their contact information is all Xinjiang province, China, Hangzhou
Yeah.
city.
Yeah, Andrew, if it came equipped with a humidor and a dry bar in its stomach, that'd be a great one.
Just like, here you go, Jack. Here's your cigar.
Could tell when my scotch was low and when I needed a relight. Just a little torch for a finger. That would be perfect.
Carry the bait for you while you're out fishing.
Nah, I don't want that thing with me when I'm outside.
I want to be seen in public with it.
I'd walk in a robot dog.
I'm gonna walk it. It just follows you.
Turn it off, put it in the corner. Oh God.
All right, so you got to look at where's the top on SanDisk and WDC. Oh man, did you see Planet Labs?
Oh yeah, like that thing.
Oh,
I got most of the profit already.
well, I went long in addition to doing the the cash secured put. I had to put the Triple Crown on it, but I didn't sell calls yet, and I'm glad I didn't. But now would be a good time to do it because that's a little spiky. Selling.
Yeah, I've got my position. I'm already at 60% of the profit off of the roll last week.
Nice.
Still got $75 in each contract, two contracts. So that's $150 sitting there waiting to pay. But I mean, that was a pretty good move rolling that
You
out in
see,
2 weeks.
now of all the ones we've done together, like your signature pattern is the trend, correction, continuation, pullback thing. And I like those, but I just have better success with this.
Well,
Have
this
you
is the
tried?
first time. Look at
Yeah.
this. This is the first time it's broken out of that channel ever
So what
since it
does that tell
started.
you? What does your crystal balls tell you? How high could
Hold on, let me check my crystal ball. Keep them down here safe, you know.
Oh man,
No.
cancellation time is coming. By the time you get the next corporate memo, will both be done.
But that's going exponential. It's getting out of the trend, which does concern me because that opens the door for a bigger pullback. And
Yeah.
maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but
But
this thing's partly on this data center and space stuff, and I'm sure this is partly on SpaceX having that successful demonstration on Friday. They're a big supplier to SpaceX, from what I understand.
Mhm. But how high do you see this thing going? I mean, how could it get out of hand here?
Well, literally, look at the price here. $17 billion company.
Ouch, that's tiny.
Like, what does it have to do to get out of control? It's got a long way
150.
to go to the $1 trillion club.
Yeah. Well, price wise, it could be 150.
This thing could 100x before it gets to $1 trillion company. 100x from $50.
Let's take a peep at their revenue.
Talking about it going to a $5,000 stock from 50.
Yeah, that could happen, especially with the amount of business. Who knows how much business they're going to get? It could just keep increasing, but they can't be profitable yet. But how bad does it look?
And their
You have
price
some
right now is 45 times their sales. So that's pretty.
that's a little rich, but they have cash flow. Yes,
They have cash flow. They have no earnings, no positive earnings yet.
that's okay. It's a baby.
They're dumping it all into R&D
Good. Any
because
debt?
their cogs are low, but they're dumping it all out here. And they did pick up some debt in the last
Hmm.
year to expand something,
Well,
would be
they
my
got
guess.
revenue though. That's good. Little rev. Yeah, the debt to fund something. So they got the cash flow to service the debt. They'll be fine.
And they went positive cash flow last year. We haven't seen this year yet. And they were actually at break even the last couple quarters.
Not bad.
So this thing has explosive upside potential right here. Actually have, compared to some other stuff we've looked at, they actually have 1,000 employees. They've been around for a few years. So I guess we should check their website, make sure it's not a complete scam.
Yeah. I'll tell you one that might be. Um, yeah, check that out.
Well, they're actually supplying stuff to do this right here.
Yep.
Yeah, they all this stuff is actually things they do. They actually have products. They actually sell stuff. So
Got revenue. They got a bank account.
they don't just have pictures of things that don't exist. So
Well, I ran into another one, and I'll tell you, it's funny. It's Rare Earth Americas. And I got it as an IPO. I put in interest for through Robinhood, and I got the IPO REA, and I thought, yeah, I'll hang on to it. It kind of had a nice little pop. It's digging its way out now. So I go riffling through this thing, and come to find they got 12 employees. So I couldn't hit the sell button fast enough. And even
like,
though it's, yeah, yeah, let's see, 12 employees. Yeah, bar chart, I think, or somebody had it at 12.
and this one says 21, so they've
Not
hired
real.
almost twice as many people now.
It's not real, I don't think. And I don't even want to go to the website because you got 12 people doing nothing and a website shows them digging up billions of dollars worth of rare earth assets.
They got EVs, which they don't even make EVs. So
Don't have anything, man.
they've got something in Shiloh, Georgia, something in Brazil, a couple things in
I
Brazil.
think they're located in Georgia, but yeah, this is one, they're just capitalizing like Fermi is off of the concept, right? They don't have
And
any of that. They got absolutely nothing.
they well, they don't make EVs and they don't make
All right, what
batteries,
else? Oh,
so
yeah,
they don't make that.
yeah. Oh, they definitely don't make rocket ships.
So they don't
Yeah,
make EV batteries.
no, they don't have any of this.
It just says projects. It doesn't even say like, yeah, look at that. That's a dirt pit that nobody's dug in for years right there.
That would be cool if they were doing all that, but no.
I
That
can
guy
go out.
might be doing something. He might be poking around in the Georgia hills
I
looking
can
for
go out in my
some.
backyard and dig a hole like this and we can paint it up. Jack, we could have a website up by tomorrow. Like I can go dig a
Rare
hole in my
earth,
backyard and we can paint some stuff on the wall.
ultra high grade rare earth.
Yeah.
It's a good concept. We need more rare earth materials here, but it ain't happening there.
Yeah, these are just projects. They're not even like it doesn't say sites. It says projects.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Brazil's got a lot of it.
I could probably put a whole bunch of pins on the map and say, we got all these projects in Brazil, and then we could go dig a hole in my backyard and spray paint the walls, and we could recreate this pretty quick.
Wow.
Anyway, that one, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. 21 employees. How many humanoid robots have they bought?
Nothing. Yeah, do the digging. All right, you got to take a look at SanDisk and tell me where the top is.
Man, just off that last pullback.
1800. I'm thinking two G's.
Yeah, 1800s in the cards. 1790. And
That pullback was healthy.
we came up to the first resistance though, 1640. Came up just a little bit shy of it today. Pulling back a little bit, retesting the breakout here. Next upside, 1680, and then 1790 above that.
Yeah, but it'll move 40 points in a blink.
I mean, it can go from here to here
That's what I'm thinking.
in a
80,
blink.
or like 1800. Yeah, I was saying 1600, but I didn't think it was going to happen this fast.
And we just do another one of these.
I have not covered that $850 put that expires Friday.
Why would you? Why would you? You're just
It's
spending
worth
money.
$22. I don't want to give $22 out of my pocket to buy it back when Friday I'll get the whole thing. Keep
Well, that's
on
what
it.
I'm saying. Like, why would you spend? Why would you pay the commission to close it? Two, why would you spend any money to close it? When you could just ride it out relatively risk free. The market, it's okay. It's like we've had this conversation lots of times on the show. How like is it possible that we crash down and we're under 850 by Friday?
Possible, but not probable.
It's possible, right? Like, yes, it is possible.
Yes.
If keeping this open was going to keep you awake at night, it's probably good to close it. How probable is this that we drop 50%? Pretty much. I mean, that's basically 50% right there from today's high all the way down here to 850. And for all practical purposes, 50% drop, 47.6%.
What's the option worth now? Let's take a peek. This Friday's 850.
SNDK.
So that was like 5 grand, 5,200.
I got to log back in. Hold on one second here.
I'll tell you. I think I got it open.
SNDK. Here we go. this Friday. I mean, this was a pretty sweet play we did here.
Mhm.
I gotta keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Like there are so many option contracts. At
Yeah.
850 right now, yeah, it's still got 20 bucks on it.
Yep, $20. So I sold it for 50. I got 5,175, and I've gained 5,155. So it's worth exactly 20 bucks.
Yeah, might as well sit on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on it. The 1140 that I sold for 12 grand, 12,700. I'm up a grand, 1,200 on that.
Look at that thing right there.
Yeah,
Jack
shoot.
sold it for 127 bucks last week. It's already down to 110, 111,
It's August.
but it does have 87 more days on it. You know, I think when you did that, it had 91 days on it or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah, we looked at the IV structure and decided that was the highest paying option.
And that, this to review for everybody how we did this, how we figured it out. And look at that, 1 week out, it's actually juiced up now. But this 3 month out was running at over 110%.
Hmm.
And that's dropped at this point. And that too, when it was spiked up here like this, way above the 1 week or 2 week, it was spiked up. I told you that was a special opportunity. And look at this, the IV's already crushing out of it.
Yep, it's fallen hard. But the 1 week wasn't nearly that high.
Yeah, the 1 week was way down here. It was
Way
actually the
down low.
lowest.
Yeah, yeah. Now look at how much it's jumped.
So this is the whole thing's changed around here like a lot. And we were just down, that was like Thursday last week. I think we were right in here. So the 1 week is actually ramped up. The 3 month has dropped. If you missed the opportunity last week to jump on that 3 month, these, like we've talked about over and over, Jack, like these things are universal and they don't stay static.
Hmm.
Like last week, 3 month was the best play. Today, 1 week is the best play. If you're trying to get the
All
most
the time.
money for the exposure. These things change, they're dynamic, and there's no universal, like, if you're treating it universal and you're treating it like rules of thumb, that's the old way to do this stuff. This is faster moving markets. You can be more efficient with your capital. That's probably one of the biggest things you learn, Jack, working with me, is capital efficiency.
Everything. Man, you've taught me a lot. And I'm an old dog. It's hard for me to learn a new trick, but I'll tell you, the newest trick I learned from you was that capital efficiency and just being a little more attentive about it. And it's made a huge impact on the bottom line.
So huge that you've been hitting 50K a month.
I have been. Yeah, I have been.
And that's just, you've told me in the background that's just been life changing for you. It's
It has
pretty.
been. It really has been. It really has been. I had it all there. I just didn't see it, and you just made it 100% clear, and just did a few modifications to your 50K challenge, which that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, especially since it's free. But I was, I didn't know we were going to do a show together, and I didn't know what that 50K challenge was all about. But I'm sure glad that we were together, and I learned that because it's been a huge, huge help. Now, on that note, I got to tell you guys something. Uh, in the coming weeks, you're going to see less of me on camera in live events like Market Masters. I'm going to begin the process of stepping back from my daily obligations so I can spend more time with my family, my grandkids I have here, my new grandson, and live a retired life I could only have dreamed of. I'm really excited about this new chapter in my life, but I want to let everybody know that what we're doing here, we're going to keep on doing it, and everything is going to keep running seamlessly. We have an incredible team, as you know, Jeffrey and all these guys here. We got a lot of smart traders around here. So if you own a product of mine, nothing will change. I will still keep fulfilling those duties. You get the same high-level market insights and analysis you've come to expect from us, and I'll still be around behind the scenes. And I'm incredibly excited about getting to spend more time with my family as we head into the summer months. This has been a long time, 40 something years in the market. So I'm looking forward to it. But I wanted to thank you for following my journey, for your trust, and for being a part of this community. Over the years, it's truly meant the world to me. I just want to wish everybody luck and for all of you to trade well.
Jack, we've loved having you, my man. Loved having you on the show. Love the
Yeah.
insights you've given us. I'm sure the crowd is gonna blow up with some love here for Jack.
It's
They
it's been
better.
amazing. It's been awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Long time coming.
And you've already promised to keep in touch with me. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna stay in touch weekly. Bunch of guys here I'm gonna stay in touch with. And I'm still gonna do what I'm doing. That's the other thing I want everybody to know. I'll still be around. And I'm going to be doing this. I'm not going to ever stop doing this. What we've done here is the real deal, and it's the best cash flow business in the world. No product, no employees, no customers. You don't have to talk to anybody. I love that part. It's just you in the market, and stick with Jeffrey, and he'll show you how to ramp this thing up to get the kind of results you deserve. And I'll still be
absolutely.
around. No more Cheech and Chong. No more joking around. Yeah, you guys, yeah, no more Cheech and Chong or Rowan and Martin. Yeah, we are good together. Me and Jeffrey are good together, but we won't have as many jokes. Maybe they'll find somebody else to put on here with you. Have you heard
I,
any rumor?
I don't know. Jack told me I'm not as cute as any of his grandkids, so that's
Yeah. Well, you're cuter. You're cuter than the new one. He looks like an old man. He's 6 months old. He is not a good-looking kid. I'm just gonna tell you, he is. Damn.
Oh man.
I told my son, don't send me any more pictures. Just wait till he straightens out or something. But yeah, I'm living the dream, man. Still gonna be selling puts. I'm still gonna be wheeling and dealing. I'm gonna miss all you guys and people I work with, and we'll still be cranking. Though I'll be in the background.
That's right.
so just so y'all know, this is Jack's final episode of Market Masters, at least
Yep.
for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Yeah. The Seinfeld ugly kid episode. Yeah. No, he is not good looking. He definitely doesn't take after me. I'll tell you that much. So, hey, we got time. Let's play the Tuesday game. What was the trade, right?
Yeah, let's figure it out here. Give me you want to give me the ticker, or we're gonna guess the ticker,
Let's
or
let's let's spend a minute guessing the ticker.
all right. I got to look at a couple charts here. This is my go-to because you've done it so much. Hmm.
Thank you, everybody,
I
for
played that
listening.
one last week, and no sweat, no nothing. Friday, full profit. Beautiful trade right there, Jack.
Thank you.
I have to admit that was a nice call right up
Yeah.
there. And today it didn't even get up there. So
Nope,
um,
can't get going. It's got a tough time.
let's see.
Vert would have been a good one. Vert would have been really good. PL would have been good, but neither one of those.
I've got to turn on some trend points.
Yeah.
It's kind of diving off here a little bit. Let's see.
Well, let's just say this one is taken off. Like there's a hint in that.
There's one taking off.
No. Ooh, Tim. As in, okay, it's Rocket Lab.
I had it up there, Rocket Lab.
I was looking at the chat. Okay, see if you could now find was it a bull put spread or a bear call spread?
Well, based on that, I would say bull put, but
Right.
just based on the chart. Let's go see if we can find it. Put side.
supposed to be sharing the screen there.
Yeah, let me I can share the screen. I was just looking for myself. I guess that's why Jack couldn't see my screen because it wasn't.
It's not there.
So I've got the Rocket Lab open for this Friday. Fishing in the put side here. Did you do a wider? You usually do one strike wide. So
Yeah, it was one strike.
hmm.
Let me see. Go back up a little higher on the put side. Little right there. Nothing happened. Oh, wow. Oh, just nothing. There's a 124 I sold and bought the 123.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah. Hmm.
That's not a big deal.
Oh wait, I'm not on volume. Duh. I'm looking at open interest. There we go. The big player did 123, 121.
Well, I got 8%, a little over 8%. So he didn't double it from there. I love him a dollar wide. This is the perfect credit spread stock right now. Number one, the beta on it is probably close to 3. Number two, see, the higher the beta is, the advantage there is twofold. One, you're going to get a higher premium, extremely much higher premium. And number two, and this is critical, you can get much further out of the money, right? So like I'm always trying to do this on Johnson and Johnson. You got to be like a dollar away from Johnson and Johnson market, $2 maybe, to get any kind of cheese. And that's too close to the market price of the stock. This thing's at 143 clams. I'm in there at the 124, 123. So my cushion, as I call it, is huge. And unlike a naked put here, I don't want to get assigned or anything like that. I just want to make the cash flow in 3 days and have it all be over. What was
And
it,
right now,
13? No?
it's 13 now.
Wow, that's 13% for 3 days. That's stupid big.
And look at this. If you go up one strike, 9 cents. If you
Yeah,
go down one strike,
this one is weird.
7 cents.
Yeah, but that dollar strike difference, that is pure gold, man, because
Right at the 123, 124 is 12, 13 cents right now.
when you got a dollar strike, it's hard to get, to have it settle right in the hole because there's only a dollar. It's not like a 5 or a $10 spread. So these you can really get precise. I love a dollar spread. I'm going to be playing this thing real hard the rest of this year.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, this is one that I pointed you at too. You liked
yeah,
ASTS better. I told you Rocket Lab was the better horse,
you were right.
and you've come around on it. You usually like the jockey. I told you the horse is better here.
No, plus the business they're in, ASTS is going to compete with SpaceX. I don't want any part of that. They got a nice little niche, Rocket Lab. And one way you can do these credit spreads on your own till the cows come home is with the cash flow agent, which is
Jack in the Box. Like it
Rachel's
takes
going to
like
show you. Yeah,
they don't even need Jack. They got Jack in the Box.
you don't need Jack. They put Jack in the box, but they also did it a little bit better. So, where I'm trying to get 5 to 8% a week, the cash flow agent is finding trades that are way higher than that, 9, 12, 13% or more with huge cushions. You can see all of that in the tool. And it's been a priceless tool. That's something that I rely on every time I want to do credit spreads, which is a big part of what I do. That's the most priceless tool you can have, one that picks it for you, one that shows you the expiration, the cushion, the break even, the tripwire, the whole 9 yards, how many contracts you need to trade to get your goal for 500 bucks or whatever it is you're trying to make. It's just been a fantastic tool, and I think Blake is going to tee that up for you. So please take advantage of this cash flow agent while you still can. The only thing it can do is set you up with great trades this year.
That's right. And it's Jack's head in a box.
Yeah, it's Jack in a box, so it's as good as it gets.
There you go. Thank you, sir. for
Thank
everything.
you, sir.
And we'll
Jack, thanks
miss
for
ya.
being a part of the show. We'll miss you.
Thank you. I'm gonna miss you guys too. I'm definitely gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss the crowd. I'm gonna miss everybody trying to crack wise. Yeah, I'll make a cameo appearance every now and then, but stick with Jeffrey here. If I would have had him, uh, wow, I wouldn't be where I am now. I'd be way further ahead. So stick with this guy. He's your man. All right. Adios, amigos.
All right. Adios, Jack. I gotta start this. And here we go.
Tell you that we develop tools and strategies to the best of our ability, but no one can guarantee the future. There's always a risk of loss when trading, and past performance is not indicative of future results. All gains cited are from a related service that uses the cash flow agent as a tool from 1/1/21 through 11/12/25. The average return per options trade alert published in real time, winners and losers, 2.81% in 3 days with a 95.9% win rate. The strategy is designed to shoot for payouts around 10% on each trade with the goal to have a high win rate in about a week. And what you'll see today are some of the best examples from the last few months. And every example today is based on a $10,000 starting stake unless otherwise stated. But you don't need that much to get started. Most of the trades can be taken for as little as $250. Trade at your own risk and see our terms on the Prosperity Pub homepage for more information. Now, let's be real. In trading, there will be losers. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. And the whole purpose of our research and work with traders is to help give you an edge in the markets. And if you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur again in the future. Hi, everybody. Jack Carter here. Thank you for being here with me today. I got to show you something so cool. Now, last summer, if you remember, I went live with my Income for Life project, and it was a nationwide initiative to show everyday folks how to target an extra 500 or more every week, no matter what, from the stock market. And I'm humbled to report that it completely transformed investing for some of my top students like Stephen T. Says he just made 880. Love it. Michael made 1,000 on NVIDIA in a week. Richard made 1,975 in premium since July, and dozens more. I got hundreds, if not thousands, of testimonials already on this. Abel says the system is awesome. Diane says you are the voice of calm in a chaotic market. And then you see all this other stuff that just is crazy. Yeah, I get a lot of good feedback, and I love it.